Miller. We start with breaking news out of Petersburg, where police have just released the name of the city's latest homicide victim. Crime Insider sources say it was 22-year-old Tahjmere Hopkins, who was found naked on the front porch of a home by a neighbor.
Man supposed to be over there.
He went to see what was on the porch.
Like, could be a torn sheet or a towel or something. I didn't get that close, but I could see he got something around his neck. Both of his hands are bound and attached to whatever it is around his neck.
From the way his body was tied to the 22-year-old being beaten to the point of torture before being shot.
It's one of the most brutal murders that I've seen.
On the morning of May 3rd,
He was bloody. Face was swollen.
a body is discovered here on this porch.
He was beat. He was shot. He suffered.
On May 2nd, 2018, Tahjmere was lured out of his apartment by a so-called friend. This friend used basketball to get him outside. He knew that would get him outside. This friend asked Tahjmere to meet him at Henry Williams townhouses in Petersburg, Virginia. When Tahjmere got to Henry Williams townhouses in Virginia, he automatically knew that the vibe was off. It was people there that made him feel uncomfortable, but it was too late. The friend had already set him up. The so-called friend had already set him up. These individuals forced Tahjmere to leave with him, took him to another location where they beat and tortured him. They burned him with cigarette lighters. And when they didn't get what they came for, what they thought he had, they decided they were going to unalive him. They stripped him naked. They tied a ligature around his neck. They taped his wrist, connected the ligature to his wrist, and they drove to St. Matthew Street in Petersburg, where they were pulling Tahjmere to his death. They were walking him down the street to his death. Tahjmere understood that. He tried to get away. He couldn't get far. He had been beaten and tortured. He ran onto a random porch. On that porch, there was a chair. He laid on the ground and tried to use the chair to cover himself. The individuals pursued him onto the porch, moved the chair, stood over top of him, and shot him 6 times. Tahjmere did not die instantly. He laid on that porch, he suffered, and he died because nobody called the police. Nobody called the ambulance. I need TikTok's help to get this story out, to apply pressure to the Petersburg Police Department. They have tried to keep this case under wraps for 7 years. Now I'm asking for your help to repost, share, like, follow, so that I can expose the rest of this case, because it's much more than just his murder. You can Google his name. You won't hear nothing I just said, but everything I just said is facts. I just need y'all help to push this story so that I can expose the whole story, why this happened, and what the Petersburg Police Department and city officials have done to keep this case from getting outside of Virginia, to keep the spotlight off of this case. So I'm asking you all to share, repost, talk about it, and give me an opportunity to post more videos about it and expose everything about this case. Thank you.